Well, students, welcome back. Now, so far in heat section 1, we have done two things. One is thermal expansion and other is thermometry. One is thermal expansion when we talked about alpha, beta and gamma. That also we have done only expansion of solids. We are yet to do expansion of liquids and gases. And thereafter, we did thermometry where we talked about Celsius thermometer, Fahrenheit thermometer, Kelvin scale. I told you that Rankine scale is out of the syllabus and it is not that nicely used also. Fahrenheit is only used by doctors. Celsius scale is used by in day-to-day life. But Kelvin scale or the absolute scale of temperature is the most genuine one. Now we are starting with the third part of heat section 1. Heat is a unit of and it is not a chapter. Heat is a branch of physics. We have got total 6 branches in 11th and 12th. Mechanics, heat, sound, light, electricity, magnetism and modern physics. So heat is a branch finding. And in that there are several chapters. Now here we are going to start with calorimetry which talks about measurement of heat. Calorie is the unit of heat. Mind you, official unit of energy is always joule or official unit is always joule or but we also use calorie and kilocalorie very effectively in thermodynamics. Thermal, heat energy. Dynamical energy means mechanical energy, potential energy, kinetic energy. So there is a perfect equivalence between the two. When I start with Joule's law, I am going to talk about that. But before that, what exactly calorimeter talks about? Calorimeter talks about measurement of heat. Point number 1. Point number 2. When the substance is changing from solid to liquid or liquid to gas, or when it condenses from gas to liquid, when it solidifies from liquid to solid, we need to supply heat energy or we need to absorb heat energy. For example, when you go from solid to liquid, you need to supply heat energy. Liquid to gas, you need to supply heat energy. Gas to liquid, you need to absorb energy from gas. Liquid to solid, you need to absorb. Right? Best practical life example is, I will write it here, right here only. Ice is converted into water and the water is converted into steam. Likewise, steam is condensed into water and water is freezing to ice. Right? When the solid state changes to liquid or when the liquid state changes to solid, right? The temperature at which this happens is called melting point or freezing point. For example, melting point of ice, you know this from school level very well, is 0 degrees Celsius. Likewise, when the liquid state is changing to gas or gaseous state is changing to liquid, we call this as boiling point of water. Right? Of course, there are other substances also. We are just talking about ice, water, steam because this is the easiest example around us. So, melting point of ice is 0 degrees Celsius and boiling point of water is 100 degrees Celsius. Right? So, solid to liquid, liquid to gas, gas to liquid, liquid to solid. Solid to liquid happens at melting point or freezing point, vice versa. Right? Liquid to gas, gas to liquid happens at boiling point or condensation point. Next point. Heat energy always has tendency to flow from a body at higher temperature to a body at lower temperature. Heat energy always has a tendency to flow from a body at higher temperature to the body at lower temperature. Next, if the body which is losing heat, for example, this is a hot copper sphere and I am keeping this in this room, right? And suppose these walls of this room are insulated, bad conductors of heat. Example, wooden frame, example, wool, example, asbestos. Then inside heat will not go out, outside heat will not enter in. That means there is no loss of heat. That condition is called adiabatic condition, and this is the best way to understand, actually speaking, what is called specific heat of a solid. What is specific heat of a solid? I am coming to that also. So remember, if the body, it is sometimes also called system, is isolated means cut off. If the system is isolated or cut off from the surrounding by using some bad conducting material like wood or asbestos or wool, then inside energy cannot go out, outside energy cannot enter in. Okay, and this is the best way to find out specific heat of the substance. So this is that next point. Next point, this arrangement is called calorimeter. This arrangement is called calorimeter, and the use of this calorimeter is to find out specific heat of a solid. For example, you want to know what is specific heat of copper. You want to know what is specific heat of iron. You want to know what is specific heat of aluminium. What exactly specific heat is, I am coming to that also. Okay, then this is that arrangement. Now do you see this blue outside box? This is a wooden box, because wood is a bad conductor of heat. As we go from outside to inside, check this red one. This red one is calorimeter, which is usually made up of copper or aluminium. 99.9% is copper. Easily available. Specific heat is very low. That's right. Now this calorimeter is kept inside a wooden box, and it is filled with water, approximately 2/3 capacity. Do you see this black shaded portion? These are heating points, right? It is something like the way you have it in microwave oven, you have it in electrical irons, you have it in geyser. These are heating points. So when you switch on the electrical supply, this will be activated, calorimeter will be heated up. Calorimeter will be heated up, water will be heated up, right? Water will be heated up and calorimeter will be heated up. Now, you have to pour a solid ball. Suppose ये वो solid ball है, right? ये वो solid metal ball है कि जिसका specific heat हम लोगों को ढूंढना है. Now here we use very simple mechanism. Heat lost by someone should be equal to heat gained by someone else, provided loss of heat in the surrounding is neglected या तो prevented. Heat lost by one body is equal to heat gained by another body. तो बेटा यहाँ पे क्या होने वाला है? यहाँ पे क्या होने वाला है? Heat is lost by calorimeter and the water. Heat is lost by calorimeter and the water, and heat is gained by that solid कि जिसका specific heat आपको ढूंढना है. Heat is lost by calorimeter and water, and which is gained by that solid whose specific heat is to be found out. Right? Mind you, this concept is going to help us like anything when we start with problems. So this is the design of that calorimeter. I quickly repeat. A copper calorimeter is kept in a wooden box. Okay, and at the top you are making two holes. Through one hole you are passing a thermometer, and through another hole you are passing a stirrer. Why this stirrer is required? Switch on the electrical points so that the copper calorimeter starts getting heat. Copper calorimeter gets heated up, water gets heated up, right? And that solid is already there inside whose specific heat is to be found out. Now, because of wooden box, the inside heat is not going out and the outside heat is not entering in. That means you are trying your level test to prevent the exchange of heat. You are trying your level test to prevent the exchange of heat. फिर भी बेटा थोड़ा ना थोड़ा heat तो आगे पीछे होता ही है because of radiation mode. Because radiation में the heat transfer takes place even in that. तो आप एकदम 100% तो ये नहीं कर सकते हो, लेकिन जितना बेस्ट पॉसिबल कर सकते हो करो. And now you are going to say heat lost by calorimeter and water. Heat lost by calorimeter, this red one, and water is heat gained by solid. Right? When you solve this mathematics, you will get the answer of specific heat of a solid. Right? So this was the design of calorimeter. This is the purpose of calorimetry. This is the working principle of calorimetry. Right? Now something very important. Of course ये बेटा बाद में चैप्टर रेडिएशन में आने वाला है. ये रेडिएशन चैप्टर में आने वाला है, बट फिर भी इसकी जरूरत है तो मैं ये इंट्रोड्यूस कर देता हूँ. This is called Prevost theory of heat exchange. This is called Prevost theory of heat exchange, which says that each and every body in the universe has property of exchange of heat. Each and every body in the universe has tendency to exchange heat energy. What do you mean by exchange? खाली loss या खाली gain जैसा कुछ होता ही नहीं. There is nothing like only loss of it. There is nothing like only gain of it. Example. I am giving you a system. You can call this as a body also. System on a body. इसका टेम्परेचर है T डिग्री केल्विन, इसका टेम्परेचर है T डिग्री केल्विन, सराउंडिंग टेम्परेचर है T0 डिग्री केल्विन, बराबर। अभी मान लो इसको मैंने 0 केल्विन दिया, तो 0 केल्विन एज यू नो इज द लोएस्ट पॉसिबल टेम्परेचर इन द यूनिवर्स। हम लोगों ने एब्सोल्यूट 0 में ये किया है, इसके नीचे कोई टेम्परेचर ही नहीं है। दैट इज एवरीबॉडी above absolute 0, everybody is by default above absolute 0, by default, right? Now there are three possibilities. अब ये मान लो मैंने अभी रूम टेम्परेचर लिया, टेम्परेरीली इसको मैंने रूम टेम्परेचर लिया, लेट अस से 27 डिग्री सेल्सियस या तो 300 केल्विन, 300 केल्विन। अब मेरे पास तीन पॉसिबिलिटी है। टेम्परेचर ऑफ द बॉडी इज ग्रेटर देन द टेम्परेचर ऑफ द सराउंडिंग, टेम्परेचर ऑफ द बॉडी इज ग्रेटर देन द टेम्परेचर ऑफ द सराउंडिंग। मान लो टेम्परेचर ऑफ द बॉडी इज 57 degree Celsius and temperature of the surrounding is 27 degree Celsius. Temperature of the body is 57, temperature of the surrounding is 27. That is, it will give also, it will take also. But it gives more than what it takes. It gives more than what it takes. And therefore the net result is loss. Net result is loss of it. Net loss बोल रहा हूँ, only loss नहीं बोल रहा हूँ. No. Suppose temperature of the body is 7 degree Celsius, only 7 degree Celsius, and temperature of the surrounding is 27 degree Celsius. That means temperature of the body is less than the temperature of the surrounding. Rule क्या बोलता है? Heat always flows from higher temperature to lower temperature. That means body will take more than what it gives. Body will take more than what it gives, and therefore the net result is gain. Suppose temperature of the body is 27 and temperature of the surrounding also is 27. Don't say no loss no gain. Don't say no loss no gain. Because exchange तो होना ही चाहिए. Exchange तो होना ही चाहिए. Exchange is heat. Right? So you should say equal loss equal gain. You should say equal loss equal gain, and that is called thermonuclear. Rapid fire now. If the body is at higher temperature than the surrounding, it gives, it takes, but gives more. Net result is loss. If the body is at lower temperature than the surrounding, it takes, it gives, but it takes more. Net result is gain. And if the body and the surrounding are at exactly the same temperature, it gives and it takes it back. हम लोगों को ये नहीं दिखता है. It's something like बेटा दो वाटर टैंक्स हैं और बीच में एक पाइप है और वो पाइप आपने ऊपर रखा है. Right? Water will flow from that tank to that tank where the level is high. लेकिन बेटा लेवल जब इक्वल हो जाएगा बाद में क्या होगा? हमको क्या दिखता है कि there is no transfer of water. Wrong है. Water is the fluid. It has to flow. But whatever amount of water is going from one tank to the other, same amount of water is coming back. So हम लोगों को नहीं दिखता है. But there is transfer of water. Is it clear? So this is called reverse theory of heat exchange. ये रेडिएशन चैप्टर में आने वाला है, फिर भी मैंने इंट्रोड्यूस कर दिया. रैपिड फायर राउंड बेटा, सॉलिड टू लिक्विड, लिक्विड टू गैस, गैस टू लिक्विड, लिक्विड टू सॉलिड, सॉलिड टू लिक्विड, लिक्विड टू गैस, सप्लाई हीट, गैस टू लिक्विड, लिक्विड टू सॉलिड, एब्सॉर्बिंग. When you go from solid to liquid, it happens at melting point, and when you come back from liquid to solid, it happens at freezing point. Same. When you go from liquid to gas, it happens at boiling point, and when you go from gas to liquid, it happens at condensation point. These are the standard examples. Next, you know that heat energy always has tendency to flow from a point at higher temperature to the point at lower temperature. Next is, if the body is isolated from the surroundings, that means you are covering the body with some bad conducting material, then exchange of heat is prevented, and that is called adiabatic condition. Remember, there are four words. ये हम लोग गैसेस में करने वाले हैं. आइसोकोरिक, आइसोबारिक, आइसोथर्मल, एडियाबैटिक. आइसोकोरिक का मतलब होता है वॉल्यूम कांस्टेंट, आइसोबारिक का मतलब होता है प्रेशर कांस्टेंट, आइसोथर्मल का मतलब होता है टेम्परेचर कांस्टेंट, और एडियाबैटिक का मतलब होता है हीट कांस्टेंट. ये मैं लिखने वाला हूं बेटा, ये मैं गैसेस में लिखने वाला हूं. फिर मैंने आपको कैलोरीमीटर का डिजाइन एक्सप्रेस किया, फिर कैलोरीमेट्रिक का मतलब एक्सप्लेन किया. Then heat lost by someone is heat gained by somebody else. Now heat energy is supplied to a body in two possible ways. Either you want to change the state of the body, or you want to change the temperature of the body. Either you want to change the state of the body, or you want to change the temperature of the body, and one thing happens at a time. इसका मतलब ये हुआ बेटा कि whenever there is change of state, there is no change of temperature, and wherever there is change of temperature, there is no change of state. Right? When we supply heat energy to the body with the intention of changing the state, it is called latent heat of the substance. And when we supply heat energy to the body to change the temperature, this is called specific heat of the substance. I repeat, whenever you are supplying heat energy to change the state of the substance, it is called latent heat. And whenever you want to change the temperature of the substance, it is called specific heat. Okay? Very, very, very important. So now we are going to go in utmost depth of latent heat and specific heat. After introduction of that, I will explain you what is triple point. I will explain you what is Joule's law. I will explain you what is Clausius law. Okay?